I'm going to do the Columbbo voice. He says, is that an original painting, sir? And the guy goes, yes. As you see here, he says, yes, that was done in Austria in 1761. All right. So then that's the first part. Then he goes, give me a second. You got to go get the other one, the other clip. Then to him, can you see this? This next one?
It's not there yet. It's still black. The screen's still black.
All right, hold on. I gotta show it to you. It's black. All right, no worries. Hold on. I gotta stop and show you the next one. I think you have to just share it bit by bit. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Let me do it again. Okay, here we go. Can't. All right, I just allow. Okay, here it comes. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you do see it. Where what he says here?
Well, we can't. It's too small. We can't read it.
Really? Because I actually.
It's not blown up like the other one.
Can you see the scene? Can you see the scene?
Yeah, he's standing in front of the sofa with the pink pillows on it.
Really? Hold on. It's interesting. Let me see something. Because I actually have it as wide as. Okay, you're seeing the small one. Okay, give me a second here. It might be a 10-second delay. Hold on. Let me just do this. Give me 1 second.
So on the left side, you got 3 pictures. There's 2 at the top, 1 on the bottom.
I see it. Yeah, I actually see it. So let me shouldn't be doing that. Hold on. Give me a second. Because I'm showing you don't see the other one right yet. Okay. So hold on. Let me do this. Maybe if I close this one and then go in again. Screen on this. Hold on. It's this one. Can you see it now? Did I make it bigger? Or is it still?
Nothing moved.
Okay, hold on. Let me stop sharing and I gotta do it again. You gotta see this. Okay. Hit preview. Let me try this. Well, let me see if this works. All right, and it's still doing. So now, do you see? Is it bigger now?
There you go. The discovery of America.
Okay. So yes. So then he says to him. So he says. He told me it was in Austria, 1761, and then he says to him the name of the painting because he asked him, "Oh, what's name? What's it called?" And he said, "The Discovery of America." All right, now watch this. Okay, hold on. Let me launch it first. You can actually see it. Hold on. Launch it. All right, give me 1 second. So this way you can actually see it. All right, I think I figured this out. This screen here, business. Okay. Can you see it?
It haven't came up yet.
Okay, give me a minute. You haven't seen it yet?
It still ain't came up.
Okay, give it a minute. All right, hold on. Let me look. Actually, look on YouTube to see what you're seeing. Okay, hold on. Let me share it. One. Okay, I think I gotta stop sharing the other one. Stop sharing it. All right, let me try it again. Give me 1 second. Okay, so it's not. Oh, wow. This is fascinating. So, no, it's fascinating because the first ones worked, but all of a sudden, man, it's like it's not sharing. And I'm not sharing another. Like, what's funny is, like, I had stopped screen sharing, so it should work. Because okay, so what it actually shows, so why I'm still trying to bring this up, what actually he sees is the painting. And I just wanted to show you what the painting looked like. But it's not allowing me to share. I mean, I can't make this up. It is not allowing me. Let me see something for a minute. No, it's not going to. Okay. It will not allow me to share it because I keep hitting share screen. And it's, yeah, it won't let me share it. I mean, I'm trying to share. I can't, you know what? It's hilarious. Like, it was allowing me to share. So, but realistically, it's not letting me share it now. But what I think is so funny is that I suspect they could be messing with the technology because all of a sudden it was working perfectly and now it's no longer working. So, but we're going to keep it moving. So essentially, and again, family, if you want to go watch this, you can see it on Amazon. It's season 5, episode 3 of Columbbo. Back episode. It's called Identity Crisis, the name of that episode. But he actually shows you that painting, and the painting the suspect says is called The Discovery of America. And The Discovery of America, what you're going to see in that painting is you're going to see those people. Well, let's put it this way, what they refer to as the copper colored people. And it's in this man's home, and it's this painting that takes up an entire wall. And so then Columbbo asks him in that particular episode, he says to him, well, he says, is that all of it? Meaning, was that the entire painting? Because it takes up the entire wall of the man's home, that one side of his wall. And he goes, nearly. So in other words, that was just part of it. It was this giant matte painting. And so probably the rest of that painting is probably either somewhere in a museum or in someone's, private collection. And whose private collection it's in. So, it's just, but you can't, the reason why I wanted to share that was so important, but you get the gist of it, is that when you say Columbbo, he sent over Christopher Columbus as the investigator, and then that's what that series Columbbo was about. We never figured, because we thought it was just a TV show about a detective. But when you see that scene, family, tribe, you get it, that no, there's a lot more going on. And see, this is what they've been doing, for decades, is that they've been telling the story, but they've been doing it, through, the cinema. They've been doing it through their TV shows, and so many various, they use so many various methods, because there's rules in this mess. But that's how they've been doing it. And no one's going to be able to be paying attention to a detective show. But I'm one of these people. I'm all about the details. And
so watch the knocks off Columbbo. Okay, so Columbo is the investigator. He's Christopher Columbus, right? Mm-hmm. Columbbo Cologne was his name.
Yep.
Okay, so the guy that plays the part of Christopher Columbus, his name is Peter Falk, right? Peter is father in Greek. Father is in reference as Peter to the rock on which this house was built, right? So now it's telling you what's the keystone, the rock, Peter. Falk means falcon. The falcon is a chief. So it's telling the chief that this is the keystone in which the structure was built. We're talking about the U.S. government. Mm-hmm. All right. Now, Peter Falk means falcon. They put out a movie called The Maltese Falcon. Remember that?
Yep.
Old black and white. In the Maltese Falcon, they was trying to get the falcon because the falcon had a secret code in it. Right? Mm-hmm. And the Maltese Falcon is also one of the first movies that the CIA put codes in. Right? So now that take us to the CIA off of the Falcon flip. So the CIA is in the wind talking channel. Central Intelligence, that's the intelligence at the center, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the Central Intelligence, they got a motto: real bad boys move in silence, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Puffy said, bad boys come out and play. And he was mimicking the movie The Warriors, where they shot Osiris in the movie The Warriors, and
Mm-hmm.
the guy that shot him blamed the gang called the Warriors for it, but the Warriors didn't do the shooting, misdirection, right? So when the people was chasing the Warriors, they sang a song saying "Warriors come out and play," because they was calling the gang the Warriors out to fight. So the Warriors came out to fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Puffy on the song, I think it's with GINDJAB, at the beginning of the song, he's tapping the Coke bottles together saying, bad boys, come out and play. Just like in the movie, right? So what he's telling me is, just like in the movie, they tried to pin the murder on somebody that didn't do the murder, right? Which takes me back to the messages I got from Tupac, who did the murder. It wasn't a murder, it was an extraction. But Tupac said about the shooting at Quiet Studios is, during all my riding, I never thought that somebody that looked like me would be the one to shoot me. So now he's describing the people, right?
Right.
And he said in the song, they say it's the white man I should fear, but it's my own kind doing all the killing here. I can't lie, ain't no love for the other side, right?
Right.
So the message is coming from the chain connection between the items that sends the message through the subconscious mind to be put together like a puzzle. That's called wind talking. Now, the Maltese Falcon was followed up by a spy movie called The Falcon and the Rainbow.
Yes, I remember that one.
Some 30-something years later.
Yep, I recall.
Right? And it was another movie about the CIA and the secret agents. And right around that time, not too long after, there was another movie called Serpent in the Rainbow.
I recall that as well.
In Serpent in the Rainbow, the guy had to go find out how the Haitians was putting people turning people into zombies. So he went down to Haiti, right? So when he came back with a white powder that they was able to use to get derivatives from pufferfish to make a motherfucking anesthetic to knock you out during surgery. Right?
Yes, I do know that.
Okay, now we following the serpent, because this went from a falcon in the rainbow to a serpent in the rainbow. Yep. So the serpent in the rainbow taking and you know what, Dan? There's certain stuff I'm restricted from doing. You asked about the YouTube channel. I have a YouTube channel. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put my YouTube channel in here. If you look this up on YouTube, but I only got like 4 videos on there because I haven't really been doing YouTube yet, because I've been trying to give these people the opportunity to come and do what they're supposed to do. And they got me sitting on standby. I ain't got no problem with being on standby. I've been on standby my whole life. I'm just tired of hearing these motherfuckers talking about they conscious and they aware and they know what's going on, but they can't fix the goddamn problem. I'm telling these motherfuckers, if they get off their goddamn hands and do their part, this shit is easy. All you got to do is take 3 steps and use your power. The whole world gonna stop. It's already written. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Diane, it's right there. Morpheus Magus at YouTube. Yeah. Right now, I'm trying to get off all social media. I'm trying to get into a more practical reality of putting these sisters together. So once they gotta meet, right? There's a group of sisters that I communicate with on social media that are very powerful sisters across the country in different locations. And they all got a role to play in the rebuild structure. And in the structure for the rebuild, when they all do their part, it worked like, it's like putting the dream team together. Every one of them loving, beautiful, kind-hearted women that want to see this shit stop. They're sincere, and they doing their part. You know, like Portia helped me do my research, and if I need her to look something up, she's my personal research assistant. And Aisha, she in California, but she has to run the Department of Education or the Rites of Passage programs, because we're going to get out of the Western concept of 4 walls, trap your mind, slow your child's brain down education, and we're going to get back into the God mind training, where we try to speed the brain up to grasp information faster. You're teaching them with the wrong structure. So a baby is born with no knowledge. And when we start teaching them, you're supposed to teach them building blocks, colors, shapes, alphabet. But when they get into really learning, then the next thing after the alphabet, you teach them phonics. And after the phonics, they got that now, then you teach them speed reading. And once they can use the phonics to speed read, then you give them the biggest dictionary, the most comprehensive dictionary of the English language that you can if you're in England or America or English-speaking country. Whatever country you're in, it's the same principles apply. Once they learn speed reading, you give them the dictionary, the most exhaustive dictionary in that language, and you run them through that for about a year. Read the entire book over and over for about a year. Don't try to memorize it, just read it. And all you're doing is you're giving them all of the meaning of the words in detail. The better they can understand the meaning of the word, the less effective the spell is on their psychology. The faster they can assimilate the information, the faster that they can see the deception in real time. That's why they don't like speed reading, critical thinking, and practical problem solving classes in inner city educational facilities, because those things takes the brakes off. If you ever notice, you got average children that go to average class. Then you have those who they say is below average. They send them to what they call a special educational program. And then you got what they call accelerated into college prep and classes for the gifted. Well, there's a German model. It's called Realschulen, Volksschulen, and Academia. Real schooling, or Realschulen, is the homonym for the English real schooling. Volksschulen, which most children go to, is a homonym of the English equivalent of false schooling. And academia is where you send your upper echelon minds for what they call it, it's called academia flat out, but it's a 3-tier educational system. It's to separate the brightest children, extract them from the masses, those whose brains they can't slow down, and fit into the realm of what you call normal, average, mediocre, in the middle, C child. Your A, B, C, D, E
or your 1 through 5 grading methods are bullshit. All that is a measuring tool for money. It don't have nothing to do with what your child learned. It don't have anything to do with whether your child learned or not. I was a functional illiterate with a 3.75 GPA. I was a functional illiterate. And I got kicked out in the 10th grade as a functional illiterate. How the fuck that I can't read and I can maintain a 3.75 is beyond fucking me. I had to teach myself how to read correctly. I had to learn the dictionary. I had to raise myself from idiot to genius on my fucking own. I mean, it wasn't no easy job, and I did have a lot of help. But the fact of the matter is I had to find my own determination to not accept the bullshit. I had to find my own drive to overcome the oppressor. Yeah, Don, I got a couple of sisters down in ATL. Hey, Portia, ain't no topic. We freestyling today, sweetie. If you got any questions, just throw that shit out there. If it's stick, I'm going to answer it. Hey, look, I done been all over this country, right? And I done seen all kind of females from all walks of life. And believe it or not, I was shocked to find the most loyal females grow up in gang culture. That blew my wig back because it's so outside. Yeah. It kind of like took me for a loop because I never expected the women that know how to work together in a group,